This renovation, like all others presented on our channel, is supervised by the Austrian Institute for Building Protection.
Today we're taking you to a water-damaged apartment in Vienna's 9th district. This time our service involved the installation of vertical and horizontal insulation in the ground floor section of the building where the aforementioned apartment, suffering from extensive water damage, was located. The walls of this particular building, situated very close to the walls of the adjacent building, which stands 1.5 meters taller due to ineffective waterproofing and the formation of an air chimney effect drawing moisture from the ground upwards, have over the years absorbed an enormous amount of water and started to resemble a sponge. As a consequence, numerous colonies of fungi and mold have appeared on them.
The situation therefore looked dramatic, and signs of dampness in the masonry walls were present in the apartment for a long time. Our client had earlier taken simple steps to solve the problem. He was using a dehumidifier and ventilation, but naturally, in such extremely unfavorable conditions, these measures could not yield the desired outcome. At a certain point, the pervasive moisture, mold, and fungal growth became so incredibly persistent that the client ultimately decided to address the issue thoroughly and permanently. He commenced his efforts by actively seeking out a suitable contractor.
He gathered several market offers and chose ours. What mattered was that we proposed a different solution than competitors and also the longest warranty. Besides, for years we've been doing work for the administrator, Res Company, which manages this very tenement building where the apartment is located. Our client also took this into account. What was the work process like? Before we could even start, the client gave us the apartment keys. We then protected the windows, floors and all the furniture and activated an air purifier to minimize dust levels during the work. Let's start with vertical waterproofing, which acts horizontally on the wall structure. First, we chipped off the wet plaster down to the bare bricks, then thoroughly cleaned the surface using a milling technique. This removed remnants of old mortar, weakened by moisture. We then spray-coated the prepared walls with NCT crystals. He created the first insulating layer. Notably, this agent initiates a process where its calcium compounds combine with unwanted water inside the wall, transforming it into crystals. This way, the masonry structure hardens and moisture vanishes. Molds and fungi, which need water to grow, also have no chance of reappearing. This beneficial phenomenon accelerates the next agent, a dense mortar, namely NCT-CHEM. We applied it in a 1 centimeter layer from the floor to the ceiling. NCT-CHEM's purpose is also to seal off the interior of the brick partition wall from moisture present in the apartment. As for the horizontal insulation at a height of 180 centimeters from the floor level, we carried out an injection whose aim is to further protect the walls from dampness caused by the action of the aforementioned air chimney effect between the two tenement buildings. Let's add that the effects of its application were visible on the building up to the first floor. In 2 holes every 10 centimeters, which we made in the wall, we also poured the NCT crystal mineral agent, and we did this twice. This type of renovation will guarantee tenants that water will absolutely not be able to pass through the apartment walls. NCT crystal and NCT-CHEM mortars. Acting on walls horizontally and binding with the calcium compounds contained within them, moisture will dry all masonry partitions and sterilize them of spores of all microorganisms. Meanwhile, the horizontal insulation, which we applied using the injection technique, will ensure that moisture acting on the apartment's rear wall, that is, from the side of the adjacent building, will not be able to rise upwards. What's also important, we poured NCT crystal mineral mortar into the holes in the walls, which we drilled vertically in the corners of the apartment. This will completely eliminate water entering those hard-to-insulate places with organic materials. Incidentally, the owner of the apartment on the upper floor will benefit from this. And as we always emphasize, the walls, through petrification, a process that occurs during drying, will become significantly stronger and thus stable and crack-free for decades. Just paint them from the apartment side, without extra wet plaster or skim coats, which are time-consuming and bothersome to prepare, due to the dust generated during their application. The client rated our renovation very highly. No wonder he received a thoroughly cleaned apartment with washed floors and windows. Of course, it was finally dry and ready for painting, and we consistently recommended a mineral paint for it. The apartment will be completely different, clean, comfortable, and free from moisture and mold.
If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more construction tips. Thank you for watching and see you in the next project.